Hi everyone. In this video, I'll be demonstrating for you the LAMP Words for Life communication app for the iPad. LAMP stands for Language Acquisition Through Motor Planning. Now, when you see the screen, you're going to see a lot of images and pictures you're not used to seeing on communication devices. This particular app focuses much more on the location of an image as opposed to what the image actually looks like. So location is the most important thing. In it, you're going to see 84 buttons on the home page. And from those 84 buttons, you can access over 5,000 words within 3 hits. So let me show you what it looks like. So this is the main screen. So again, the images are not what we usually see for a lot of our students who use visual supports. A lot different than what we've used before. But again, their focus is much more about the location than the image itself. And unlike TouchChat or some of the other apps where you can modify and have maybe only 10 buttons on a screen or 15 on another, this one, the grid stays at 84. We can hide certain ones, but overall the grid stays the same. So if you'll notice here, right here, the word for R is in dark green and it's in a particular location. You have 3 across, 3 down. That's the main verb for the page. Now, if I were to go to one of our other pages, so if I look at think, so if I touch that one, it brings me to a new page with a lot more vocabulary to work with. And you'll look again, you'll see the word think is in dark green. It's 3 across, 3 down, and then all the forms of the verb for think. And then again, some other vocabulary that we associated with thinking. If we go to another page, for example, if we go over to feel, the main verb for feel, again, is in dark green, 3 across, 3 down, and then all the forms of that verb. And again, then you have more of your other feeling words that would be associated with it. If we go over to come, again, the main verb for come is here, 3 across, 3 down, all the forms of come. But this is also where you're going to access your vocabulary for animals. So again, it takes a little time to learn the pathways, but once you do, it does start flowing really, really quickly. Your hands are automatically starting to go to the location before the screen even pops up because your muscles are learning about the locations as much as your brain is. So like I said, some of the images are a little bit different than you're used to. For example, down here, the word for make, I'm assuming they're cookie cutters, but they're cookie cutters of religious symbols. So again, not always what I would think of, but again, for the most important part of it is the location. So every word in here has a unique motor plan, a unique method to get to locate each of those words. Now to find the words, they do have a tool in here that's really super helpful. So if you go up to menu and you scroll down, you'll see word finder. So if I put a word in here and put in, say, the word dog, and then hit find, it's going to tell me the unique pathway to get to dog. So I would hit come, pets, and then dog. Now, unlike if you were looking at TouchChat, there might be 4 or 5 different ways to find the word dog in their particular system. In this system, there's one pathway per word. So you're not creating a whole bunch of other pages with that vocabulary. You're teaching the student or the child one pathway to get to each individual word. Now, if I were to put a word in here, let's say Charlie Brown. And then if I hit find, it'll tell you that the word's not found. So it lets you know which words are not in the system. So you're not spending so much time looking for a word that's not actually there. Now, in some cases, you may want to add words, particularly if there's particular things to that child that they really like that you want to have in there for them to do requesting. We can certainly add those, but you want to add those in a location that makes sense. So if you're going to be adding a particular toy, you're going to put them with the other toys. So everything kind of stays grouped together where they belong, and everything has a single pathway to get there. Now, like I said before, there are ways of hiding words so it doesn't seem as overwhelming. It's a great feature in the system. If you go to menu and then vocab builder. In the vocab builder, what you can do is you can make up multiple lists of targeted words, of just the words that you want to work on for a particular lesson. And once you've saved them, you go into your file list. And let's say if I just want to do the one for play, I'm going to load the file. And then once it's loaded, I'm going to turn on the vocab builder and then click done. So once it's loaded, only the words I need for this particular lesson are going to be showing. So I just want to say, want to play, and then Play-Doh. Want, play, Play-Doh. So just getting the basic words in there to start making some simple requests. But if you notice where the locations are going to be the exact same locations as if the full version was open. So if you keep your eyes on where the word play is, and when I take off the vocab builder, play is in that same location. It hasn't moved. So again, when you're doing the vocab builder, what you're doing is eliminating the words that you're not targeting, focusing on your target words, learning that motor plan, learning where they are, so that when you do bring out the full vocabulary, their body is already knowing where to look and where to go to get to those words that they want to reach. And you can set up multiple vocabulary lists. You can set up lists for circle time. You can set up ones for one-on-one with the teacher, for downtime when they make some play requests. This way they can start building up in a simple way of where the most important words are, and then you're just building upon those skills. So like I said, up in the main menu, the vocab builder, you can switch it on and switch it off. And if you want to switch it on, and if I want to make a new list, first I'm going to disable all my old selections, and then I just go up to the search bar, and then I start adding in words that I'm looking for. So if I want to put in maybe the calendar and some months, and then the next thing I would want to do is I want to save the list. I'm going to call it something, calendar time, and then I'm just going to hit save. So now it's successfully saved. It's in my file list now that I can always jump to when I want to work on that particular skill with the student. So, and I found that students pick up on this way faster than even we do. And it's just very exciting to see how quickly they start developing their vocabulary. When it comes to LAMP's Words for Life, their biggest focus is on core vocabulary, core words, meaning words that have use in multiple settings with multiple people. They don't want to really see a page being made in here just for a game or page made for a particular activity. They want the students to be able to use the words that are already here in those multiple settings. So that's where we talk the difference between core vocabulary and fringe. Fringe are words that they're going to use a few times, but then not maybe use again for weeks. Whereas those core words, there's about 100 or so core words that people use more than 80% of the time. So we really want to focus on those core words that can be used in multiple settings so they have the most use out of it. So that is LAMP in a nutshell. So again, as always, if you have more questions, you need help with anything, I'm always available to you. Have a great day, guys.